Good work, Hazel. You're doing great. She's like, I want to fight.
She'd have me.
Will be. I know. Soon. There we go. Good work. Just hold that. Right. Okay. So the first couple of years of me doing jiu-jitsu was like all about training, because there was no like competition jiu-jitsu. We didn't really know about it. Didn't really register. And traditionally in jiu-jitsu in Brazil, the only outlet was no rules fighting. So you'd have a couple of pro guys, crazy guys in the gym, and you'd see them training, kicking the hell out of each other. And everybody else just wore a gi or maybe a little no gi, but mostly just gi stuff. And they were learning jiu-jitsu for self-defense and then fight each other a little bit. But there were all these nutcases doing the Valetudo stuff, right?
Yeah.
You would learn the same stuff, but you didn't have an outlet for it. Yeah? And it was the desire to have an outlet that led to competition jiu-jitsu. Because all the kids, the teenagers who are full of testosterone, there's so many academies in Rio, they're friendly down the street, they couldn't go train with them.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't want to share secret moves and all this, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't like the internet. So what would happen is those kids would meet at the beach. Hey, you tell your cousin that we'll all meet the guys down at the beach. We'll go lighthouse number 23 at 2 o'clock on Saturday, and we'll do some no-gi training. Of course, someone gets punched or something gets happened, and now it's all on, right? And then the police get called, and that kept happening all the time. So that's what created competition jiu-jitsu. There's an outlet for the kids specifically, so that they had an outlet that wasn't no rules fighting.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, let's make rules that would make sense. Yeah? So like throws are worth good points, mount makes good sense, back mount, pass the guard, all these things. Yeah? And that's why like Cron, for example, and myself, like when it got to the point where it got beyond that, yeah, where it started getting kind of a bit silly, where people were like, now winning gold medals means hundreds of thousands of dollars and sponsorship and all that, but the techniques wouldn't work in a fight. Yeah, and that for us was like, not really my jam anymore, because now it's kind of gone into circus land a little bit, right? So that's where the whole thing, I saw this happening for a long time, and then
Cron's were the same.
yeah, 2010, it kind of split. There was a big meeting in the States, and we all talked about it and stuff, right? And we're like, we have to maintain the legit no rules side, the self-defense side of this. And everybody thinks that the self-defense stuff is just like the basic standing arm bars and head escapes and things, but it's not. Yeah, like if you're not training for 3 or 4 months before your blue belt to get elbowed and headbutted and punched and gloves on, getting smashed, you're not really doing jiu-jitsu in my opinion. Yeah, right? Okay. So one of the techniques born from all of that is the arm triangle from guard, because it's really good. Right? And I always teach it as a sweep, right? So, for the kids and adults sometimes, put your forearm on my throat. Right? Because this is common in the street, right? If you're fighting your drunk cousins at Christmas in the backyard, they're going to do this to you when you put them in the guard. Yeah? Yeah? You have it already. What I like for the turnover, and it's easy with him because he's got a little neck, is to make a rear naked grip, because even here, if he can turn his head, he can bite my face. So you reach through here like this and grab their forehead. So now I'm controlling the angle of his head. I turn my hips a little bit, straighten my body, palm to palm at 12 o'clock, all the way over, foot, push him all the way over, reset, go back, arm triangle. Yeah. You can finish it when they're up there, but I'm not taking the risk. Yeah. Right? So you learn it from here. It can come from punches when I'm here like this and he swings at me. That happens a lot. It doesn't seem real, but it happens all the time. I like the rear naked grip to control the head, and you can help pull with it. Over he goes, palm to palm. So at 12 o'clock, you go palm to palm. Because if I land like this, my elbow stops me going further. So you go palm to palm, Use your foot to push them all the way over because it almost always messes with your arm triangle. So automatically roll them on a side, cup his head, make it deep, go back, and then finish it. One more time. Just making sure this thing's got, yep, we're in the middle. So here, you can start the form. This is the easiest way to learn it from. Yeah. Rear naked, hold the forehead. Palm to palm, so I can hide my elbow. So I can roll over smooth. Right foot find his knee. Keep him going. Push it through, reset, and back to you. Cool? Yep. So a lot of what we've already done is a different setup, right?
Yeah.
Because the ending is almost always the same for most.
Yeah.
You're always going to end up in the same position. The reset thing is exactly the same every time. Yeah? Right? Where you get it from might change a little bit, but you're almost always going to end up in that same position and then do the reset if you need it. Yeah? Just having that reset is super important because you don't feel like you're losing it then. If you start losing it, foot hook, put them on their side, reset. Even if you don't reset, you might just go to mount, you might go to technical mount or something like that.
Yeah.
But at least you're on top making those adjustments, not underneath doing it.
Yeah.
Let's go from the guard. Just shove forwards a little bit, Phil. There we go. Give Hazel a little bit of room. That's it. Push across. Good. Hold support. Good. I know. Yeah, roll them over. Good. All the way. Right foot comes back. Right foot look for this hip. Don't go to the mount. Don't go to the mount. That's it. Nice. So, if you need to reset, use your right foot on the back of the knees, roll them all the way over. Good. Pull the head up over your shoulder. Palm to palm. Get your ear in the right spot. Good. And then you can go back to where you were. Very nice. So, and it gives the quality of the tappers like that you do.
Yeah.
You know how to do that. It's all the setup and the movement and getting all that right.
Yeah.
Get all the little steps right. Go in from the back. So whether it comes from a punch, I like to teach from like a throat crush because it's really common. I teach that to kids all the time from the guard. Because
people do that heaps, eh?
yeah, it's super important. Yeah, I do stuff like because what's going to happen in the playground? What's going to happen if for the adults they'll be drunken barbecue wrestles at Christmas, right? For the kids it'll be like in the playground. Some kids kids aren't really going to grab you by the throat. They might, but we do things with that too. But if you're pulling them in, if they fall, they're going to put a forearm in their throat. Probably before they even think about hitting you. They're going to, yeah.
When I worked in Maryborough the other week, and I trained there, and it was like dirty grappling. It's like,
Oh, bro, it's hectic.
and I was like, what are you doing? Like, that's like trying to like throat crash.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
It's important, man. Like you need to know all this sort of stuff because,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you just
Because I got
if you
heaps
just
of
go to a
these.
sport jiu-jitsu place
Yeah.
and you go to a place like that, you're gonna freak out.
But I didn't know this.
And you're gonna hold the forehead.
Yeah.
No, hold it.
Hold
Grab
it.
Yeah, because you can use it to pull them that way if you want.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Close your fingers on this forehead. There we go. See, because it's just extra leverage. Go palm to palm now. Good. Flip the foot. See, and you know the rest of it.
Yeah.
Easy schmeezy.
When you sweep me,
Yeah.
try, I don't know, like this is, I'm fucking white belt, but
No. It's get your feet back up.
sweep my knee back so I don't have a post,
Yeah.
so that it just falls away and I'm
Yeah,
going
so
to roll.
what I'm doing is when I'm doing this is I'm doing two things. Once I have this grip here like this, when I have this or have that, is that I'm pulling you this way and I'm pushing.
Yeah.
So this whole side is flat now. That's why I don't want my left elbow hitting the floor.
Yeah.
So I go palm to palm, so I tuck it under his body, and then even the bottom of my left foot would be lifting your foot off the ground, and then going here. Reset, palm, back to here again.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So it's not just pushing the leg, it's stretching. It's doing both.
Yeah.
Yeah? Away we go. Good feedback. That's why it's good to have another uke giving feedback. It's really important. There we go. Good. Flying on the throat. Yeah. Double cross. Good. Make a full rear naked grip on his forehead. Good. So now, you usually have to put your toes on the ground just to move your hips towards me a bit. Good. Now, start pulling him north and stretching your leg south. Good. This foot, start looking for his toes already. Start rolling him with your hips. Start looking up. This foot is looking for the near side. This knee, right from the start. Roll him all the way. Go all the way through to the recovery, to the reset position. Yeah? Reset your arms. Good.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's fine. Palm to palm. Ear to ear. Good. Then you can do it. I always go to the reset position when I do this.
Every time.
Every time, because you're doing such a big movement, the likelihood that you're going to create space during it's really high.
Yeah.
Yeah? Plus, if I'm on my back in a fight, what's the golden rule? Get on top. Once on top, stay on top.
Yeah.
So my golden rule is that I want to get on top. The fact that there's a choke possible, for me, is secondary.
Yeah.
So my primary thing, get on top and make sure that the person's in a disadvantageous position.
Yep.
And then I'll decide if I'm going to reset my choke and then go back. Because it's a big risk for me to go from mount to stepping off his body to go to the side position. Yeah? Right? So my primary thing when I'm under here and I roll the person over here like this, my primary thing is that I'm getting my foot this side so that I can continue to roll them.
Yeah.
Yeah? So if you watch me do it on here, what's my right foot? So I'll go here, go like this, and it's already searching. This leg's in the way. No, you'd usually put that foot back for balance. Slam it on the floor so you don't go any further. There. So people are going to do that with their foot. So I'll go under here like this and start lifting. Now I can push over that leg. Oh, yeah. Right, so that's why I do it every time, because high grade grapplers are always going to post with that far foot, and then I need to have mechanics to beat that. Yeah. Yes. So when I have my foot behind his knee, I can do that. So I'm here, I roll him over. He makes base with his left foot. So I pass this, and the way to beat that is to go through this hole. So I get here, I go through that hole. Like that. Right? So he's almost face down. He can't go back where he came from. So this is great going from my back to here, regardless of what happens. Cool. Cool?
Yeah.
Do it a couple more times, and we're going to get out of proper burger.
Burger. Feel fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it again.
See what's there.
He's like, sit there, no, you can't do it.
I used to have long hair, I should know. Good. Go over. Good. Roll them over. Right foot goes to the bottom. Under. Yes. All the way. There we go. That. Straight to reset. Then palm to palm. And then you finish it. I like the way you're running through the scenario. I just leave because I know what you're doing when you go quiet like that. Picture in it all in your head. I do the same thing. I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So